Okay, I'm gonna give you a few minutes to get in the room and then we will begin today's message, okay? Let's share it out. Hello, thank you for joining, appreciate you. Sorry if y'all hear noise in the back, fixing on something. But anyways, I got a message for everybody, so please share the live out. Let's get it out there because I'm not gonna hold y'all long today. And we'll start, so share the live out, please. Share it out. Okay. Thank you for joining. Please share the live out because I got an important message to tell y'all. And there's some nuggets in there to help y'all with y'all everyday life going on. So please share the live. Let me share it out to some more people and then I promise y'all we will start, okay? All right. Okay, hello, thank you for joining. Please hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. Okay, because I got a very important message to give y'all, okay? So hold on tight. Thank y'all for joining, okay? If you could, when you come into the live, please tap the screen, show some love. Let's go get those numbers up. But anyways, I have a very important message for y'all and it's some nuggets in there, okay? And it's gonna help y'all with your everyday life. So please make sure you share the live, like the live, and let's dive into the message. Okay. So, like y'all know me, I be everywhere. Hello, thank you cousin for joining. But yes, my message today, like I said, it's several things we're gonna talk about. But the first thing I wanna talk about is move yourself accordingly, okay? And by that, I mean like whatever you got going on, it has to coordinate what's going on around you. So for example, if I'm going to, we're gonna say African festival. Okay, if I go to an African festival, I'm gonna move accordingly. Attire and not put on my best African accent, but try to basically blend in with the crowd, okay? Hello, thank you for joining. But yes, move yourself accordingly. So read the room and act accordingly. Like I said, say for instance, if you, I'm not speaking bad on anybody, but if you're like ghetto, okay, you're ghetto, you're loud, you, hey, like this. Okay, if you're going to a very important meeting, you're gonna put that to the side and you're going to act more professional. But if you're going to a club and okay, then your ratchetness and your ghetto-ness can come out, okay? So move yourself accordingly, is what I'm saying. Okay, now we're gonna switch up the subject, okay? I had watched TikTok earlier and it's a pastor on there, his name is Shaquise or something like that. And he had an important message and it was saying that basically you are rare, okay? You are rare. And when you are rare, okay, that comes with people lying on you. That comes with people bad mouthing you, trying to mess up what you got going on around you. It's because you're rare. You're something precious, okay? You're something precious. You're just not your regular person. Because if you're a regular person and nothing is, you know, you don't got nothing going on or whatever, okay, people's not gonna bother you, okay? But when you got something going on, when you have a calling on your life, or if you're very true to yourself and you're a stand-up person, you hold yourself accordingly, you're honest, you're blunt, you're true to yourself, then that's when BS comes full force, okay? And to see if you're very like chosen or rare. Like I said, those are some of the signs. People are going to badmouth you. I'm talking about more than ever. Okay, you can be the sweetest person known to man, but people are going to talk about you, whether it be family. Okay, let me say that again, whether it be family, friends, or so-called loved ones. Okay, they're going to talk about you. They're going to, every move that you make, they're going to critique it, but not in a good way. Okay, because you are rare. Okay, and then another thing is, say for instance, like I said, you feel lonely sometimes. Okay, if you feel lonely sometimes, that's when God likes to use you. Okay, in your loneliness, in your time where you're isolated, that's when God likes to use you, because you can hear and like everything is quiet. Okay, and so therefore he will speak to you when all the noise is quiet. Okay, so loneliness sometimes is not a bad thing. Okay, it's not a bad thing, because basically God and spirit and your angels, your spiritual team has a message for you. And if you're all over the place and inside the noise, you're not going to be able to get the download or the message. Okay, and also you're supposed, like when you're rare, okay, when you're rare, you're supposed to be talked about. Okay, because if you don't have haters, evidently you're not doing something right. If people are not, like I said, talking bad about you or running your name through the mud, you're not doing something right. Okay, and if you want to go back and technically think about it, Jesus or Yeshua or wherever you want to call him, okay, he was a good person. He was a good person, but people badmouthed him, talked about him. Even though he was in the midst of doing good and doing the right things, they would still find things to basically make him seem like a bad person. So when you are a good person and when you are rare, people are going to make you look like you're the bad guy. And in reality, they're the bad one. Okay? So, because you got to go, and another thing, you have to go through something. So you have to go through the naysayers. You have to go through the people that lie on you. You have to go through the people turning their nose up at you. You have to go through those things. And it's not just because to make you, feel and look like the bad guy. No, you have to go through some S. Okay, you have to go through some S. That way you can come out. I'm not going to say without a wound or scar, because like I said, when you are good and when you're rare, when you're chosen, you're going to take so many lashes, okay? But you got to go through all that. That way you can have a story. But in the midst of this story, it's because you're giving God the glory, okay? So if you've never been through something, how are you able to talk about something? People ain't going to believe you. But when you go through some S, people are going to be like, man, she went through a lot of stuff. And so you have to go through these things. That way you can have a story. And once you have a story, after you've been through all this stuff, tell your story. Tell your story, because people are out here telling a story on you that ain't true. So once you go through the bull ass, then you can be the one to tell the story, okay? The true story. All right. And also, people be thinking that you have to be the loudest one in the room to get the attention. You got to be the loudest one. Hey, everybody, look at me, look at me. No, the loudest one in the room is the quietest one in the room. Why? Because they're trying to figure out, what is that person thinking? What do they know that we don't know? Okay? So you don't have to be on the scene. You don't have to be on the scene shouting or making a big old scene with what's coming out your mouth. You can be the loudest person by not saying nothing. Okay? And another thing is, say for instance, the people that's out there bashing your name or out there talking bad about you. They want you to ignite. They want you to come out of character. They want you to be miserable. They want you to see you down. They want to see you cry. They want to see you upset. They want to see that. Like it gives them, I guess you can say, energy, or it gives them this confidence about themselves. Like, okay, she's over there or he's over there suffering, so I'm good now. Shame on you. Shame on you. I repeat that. Shame on you. Us as people, okay? You have your goods, you got your bads, you got your this and that and the third. All right? But one thing I need you to remember, okay, I'm gonna give you a little nugget. Something my dad used to tell me: a dog that brings a bone will carry a bone. Somebody say, what you mean by that? What you mean by that? Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. If I'm over here talking about somebody, we're gonna say Susie. I'll be like, girl, do you know Susie did this? Girl, you know she was down last week. She ain't never had no money. She ain't did this. And girl, you know she don't keep her house clean. Girl, this and that and the third. Okay. After she gets done, you know, talking about you or whatever, then she's gonna be all in Susie's face. Girl, you know your hair look good. Girl, you know you the stuff. It's after you just got done talking about her. Okay? So be aware of people like that. You don't want to indulge in mess. You don't want to indulge in drama. Okay? Because life and karma, both. Okay, life and karma, both. It's like bank accounts. Whatever you put in is what you can take out. And so my advice, I'm not telling anybody what to do, but my advice is you want to be on the right side of the coin. Okay? And not saying that if you are a good person, you try to do right out here, everything is going to be peaches and creams around you, because that's not how it works. But do your best. Do your best to be true to yourself. Okay? Be true to yourself. Be real. Okay? Be real. Be your authentic self. And like I said, people are going to talk about you regardless, whatever you are doing. Okay? And people are going to judge you. People are going to judge you. That's why I told you in the beginning, move yourself accordingly. However the scenery is, you know, I ain't trying to say be the same as everybody, but don't stick out, okay? Because what's going to stick out is your character, okay? Your character, the way you carry yourself. It's not that you're being phony. It's not that you're being fake. That's the only thing that you want to stick out. It's your character, okay? It's not about the latest shirt you got on, not about the latest hairstyle that you got going on, shoes, whatever that, this and that and the third. No, be your authentic self. Like I said, people are going to bash you and talk about you regardless, okay? If ain't nobody talking about you, you is not doing something right. Okay, now let me give y'all something else. All right, if you are a type of person, you try your best. When I say try your best to do what is right, nobody's perfect, okay? Let's put that out there. Nobody's perfect. But if you try to be the best person that you can be, okay? And when you do things out of love and just put your all into it. And then whenever you're doing something right and trying to walk the straight and narrow path, guess what? If you want to call them demons, if you want to call them fallen angels, whatever you want to call them, okay? The lower spirits, bad energy or whatever, it starts creeping around like, oh man, she's doing too well, she's doing too good, let's mess up something, okay? And the enemy is not going to come through something that you don't like, okay? For example, I'm a type of person, I don't like coconut, but I will eat, what you call those things? Chico sticks. Yeah, Chico sticks. That's the only way you can get me to eat some coconut. But yes, it's not going to come to you in something that you don't like. The evil spirits is going to come to something that they know that you like, or something is precious to you. That's how it creeps itself in. So for example, we're going to say people out there that have kids, okay? If you have kids, say for instance you have 5. We're going to say you have 5 kids. Out of those 5 kids, all of them all of them have their own personality. I get that. But then you might have that one that one is going to test you. And when I say test you, you have to look at it in the spiritual realm. You can't see it in the physical realm. And what I mean by that is that person can be a good person in their own way. But that's because you're not seeing the whole shebang. Okay, you're not seeing it in the spiritual realm too. You're just seeing the outside. Okay, if we go look in that spiritual realm and we see that for example, we're just gonna call it the evil spirit. Okay, the evil spirit hops onto that particular child and say, okay, your mom is doing her best. Okay, she's doing her best a little too well. Let's interrupt it. So they will cause that particular child to act up. They will cause that particular child to badmouth you. They will cause that particular child to sabotage your name. Okay? Not because you are a bad person, it's because you're doing something right and you are rare. And when things get a little too perfect in the spiritual realm, that's when the evil spirits will come and be like, okay, we have to stir the pot. Okay, we have to stir the pot. And if you are chosen, you hear me? If you are chosen, if you are a rare soul, if you are a good person, okay, just know that you will be tested. Okay, there's not one chosen person out here or one rare soul that's out here that has not been tested. Like I said, we if you want to, for the people that, go to church and believe in Jesus, he was even tested. Okay? And like I said, the evil spirits knows your weakness. They know your weakness. They know what you like. So that's how they come to you. Like I said, they're not going to come to you in something that you don't care about. They're going to come to you in something that you care about, that you like. Okay? So that's the reason why also when you're amongst family, when you're around friends, be careful. Be careful. Don't show them everything. Show them everything, because once they know your weakness, they will attack that weakness. That's just like if you watch the Animal Planet, when you see all those herds of, we're gonna say, wildebeest running, okay, and there's lioness, checking everything out. They're not going for the strong. No. They're not going for the strong. They're going for the weak. And the weak is like the baby ones, the ones that are the ones that can't run fast. That's the ones that they go after. So you have to be very careful with that. And just know that you're being watched. You're being watched. And so, like I said, the enemy and the devil doesn't come to, like I said, something that you don't like. It always comes to you in something that you like and your weakness. So, like I said, be conscious and aware of what you talk about around family and friends, because they will use that against you. So like I said, the topic was move yourself accordingly. Remember, move yourself accordingly. And you are rare. And so therefore, when you are rare, a lot of people love to use the word chosen just like it's a roll of tissue, like it's nothing. No, when you are chosen, it comes with things. It comes with things. It's not for the weak. Trust me, being chosen is not for the weak. And that's not something we decided, just woke up and said, oh, I want to be chosen today. No. Because trust me, a lot of chosen people that have all these gifts out here, sometimes, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. Much love. Yes, a lot of chosen people out here, for the ones that are just, becoming awoke or whatever, they look like, okay, the chosen people have an easy life. They have an easy life. They're all about love, light, and, everything looks fine. No, everything is not fine being chosen. Okay, if you look at the big picture, yes, everything is fine. But when you are chosen, like I said, you're set apart. You're set apart from the crowd. Okay, a lot of people, they have to have, they want to just follow. Okay, they just want to follow. That's not a chosen person. That is not a chosen person. That's a whole category by itself. Them are followers. Okay, when you are chosen, you are like somewhat of a leader. People are watching you. What is your next step? Some, not all that watch you, want to see you, fail or, do bad. Some of them need guidance. Okay, so your purpose as a chosen one is to lead the people. Thank you. I appreciate that. Your job as the chosen person is to lead the people. Okay, so they're watching you, your next step. And when you are chosen, you have to go through the stuff first before your group gets it. Okay, and so that way you can be a testimony to them on what to do and what not to do. Okay, and also as a chosen person, we don't really have titles like that. Okay, we really don't have titles. And like, say for instance, if you practice whatever religion you choose to, okay, that's fine, but we don't push it on others. Say for instance, if you're Christian, you love Jesus, you love Mary, or Joseph, whoever it is, you don't be like, okay, and the word says you're going to hell if you don't do it this way. No. Or if you're Muslim, yes, we pray to Allah, and Muhammad is the messenger, but if you touch those tarot cards, you're about it here. You know what I'm saying? Or if you practice voodoo, hoodoo, whatever it is, we don't push it on the peoples, okay? Because that's not our job to push it on the peoples. Now, if a person comes to you and asks you about something, then that's cool. You can school them on it, but do not force religion down anyone's throat, okay? That's what not chosen people do, okay? Because when you're chosen and you have a calling on your life, okay, it's to help the people, not force the people, okay? Because everybody that touch earth, okay, that touch earth and that are human, you have free will, okay? Even Jesus had free will, okay? You have free will to do as you please, whether it be good, bad, evil, or whatever it is. You have free will, and by you having free will, sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing, okay? Because some people don't know what to do with their will, okay? So whenever you do something, just know there's pros and cons to it, okay? There's pros and cons to it. For example, we're gonna just throw it out there. For example, if you're a spiritual worker, okay, we're gonna say in the past you were raised up in the church, and if you pull out some deck of cards, and I ain't talking about just regular playing cards, Uno or nothing like that, but if you pull out a deck of cards and you start reading, folks, guess what? I'm gonna tell you right now, you're demonic. That's what they're gonna say. You're demonic. You're doing something wrong. You're doing something evil. Listen to me. If whatever gift God gave you to do on this earth, do it. Because people are going to talk about you whether you do it or not. So just do it. Do it. Be yourself. If you're a spiritual worker, do your spiritual thing. And another thing I'm going to have to put out there. Let me find one. Okay, some people, when they say they practice spiritual work and they know about spiritual thing, this is where they go to first. Is the crystal. Oh, I know spiritual stuff. I know about the crystals. That's all I know. But I'm spiritual. Really? Because you know about the crystals? That makes you spiritual? No. Being spiritual, there is so much growth in it. Okay, so much growth, so many levels in it. It's not just I learned about the crystals and therefore I'm spiritual. No. Okay? And like I said, if you want to just stop at that point, like I'm the type of person, I don't like a cap on nothing. Okay, I want to continuously to ascend. Okay, keep going. All right. But if you want to just stop at crystals, okay, by all means necessary, do you. But like I said, when you speak about certain things, people, their eyebrows get to raise up. Oh, you do that? Oh, you do that? You'd be surprised, okay? You'll be surprised. You'll be seeing people, we're going to say, for instance, like when I used to go to church back in the day, and I used to see especially the elder people inside the church, I used to hold them to a certain standard, like, oh, they're like holy, you know what I'm saying? But you'd be surprised. You got some people that go to church on Sunday, and then throughout the week, they practice practice hoodoo, okay? And it's hoodoo off in the church, and people don't even know that. Excuse me, but you be thinking, okay, they're just holy. No, it's people out here that look just like me and you, and they do other things, okay? And to be honest with you, that's their business. That's their business. But we as people, we judge and be like, oh, that person, they doing something not right. Mind your own business. Mind your own business. Stay in your own lane, okay? And move accordingly, okay? Move accordingly. Stop trying to watch what the next person is doing and trying to talk, bash them or whatever they got to do. Worry about yourself, okay? Because you're going to look up and your time is going to be running out. Okay, so you're going to be one of those people that say, oh, when you get older, if God bless you to be old, okay, and you're going to be like, well, I wish I would have did that. Wishing ain't never did nothing for nobody. You got to have some actions behind the wishing, okay, because I can wish for $1 million and I can just sit here on my tail and not do anything and just hope that, you know, God opens the skies and drops $1 million out. That's not going to happen, okay. Because even if you want to go back to, like, we're going to say the Bible, whatever, it says faith without works is dead. So, in other words, if you don't put in work behind whatever you got going on, you're just wishing and hoping. And hope ain't never did nothing for nobody. Okay, so whatever you want in this life, you're going to have to put in some work. Okay, you're going to have to put in some work and some effort for it to come into pass. Yes, it's okay to have what is it, idea of it. You can, yes, okay to have an idea. You can imagine it or whatever, because if you can see it in your first eye and put some work behind it, it will happen. Okay, but you just don't have it in your mind and say, okay, I want this, and just leave it at that. No, you got to put in work behind it. Okay, so like I was saying, you are rare. I'm not going to hold y'all long because I know y'all got things y'all probably want to do. But my message is that you are a rare soul. For my rare souls out there, for my chosen people out there, like I said, every day is not going to be peaches and cream. It's like a roller coaster. Some days you're going to have good days, some days you're going to have bad days, but it can continuously to go like that. Okay? The up and downs. But beware of people that bring you a bone, okay? Because they want to collect information from you so they can go run, tell this and that, the third. But like I said, when you are chosen, when you are rare, that comes with the territory. People are going to talk. People are going to lie about you. People are going to just try everything they can to see you miserable. But it's your job to be aware and recognize on who's approaching you, okay? So when you are spiritual, and when you are chosen, you have these set of glasses. I don't mean like no physical glasses, but you have these set of glasses that when people approach you, say for instance, they have a pure heart, when they approach you, like, okay, this person means me well. When another person approaches you and they on that BS, they approach you and you have your glasses on, you be like, okay, they're up to something. Or I sense sneakiness. Okay, that's the reason why when you are chosen and you are set apart, okay, and you're a loner, it's not just because, you know, God just wants you to just be to yourself and he doesn't care about you. No, he cares about you. He cares about you. That's the reason why you have these particular glasses on, and so you can be able to detect the good S from the BS, okay? All right, so like I said, when you're chosen, you'll be able to see those kind of things. And if you haven't got the strength yet to actually see it, pray for it. Pray for it. Pray that God, you know, gives you these particular glasses so you can be able to see what is what, okay? The discernment, okay? Because sometimes our discernment can mess up a little bit. But that's when you got to get your prescriptions upgraded so you can, you know, refocus again. All right. And like I said, during your solitude time, don't think that you're being left out of God's blessings or what God has in store for you. In your solitary time, when you are alone, God is preparing something good for you. And you're not getting invited to these certain places. You're not getting to go to certain places or getting to hang out around certain crowds, because he got you saved for something beautiful, okay? And if the family is talking about you, we're gonna say family, okay? If the family is talking about you, what does she got going on? I don't never see her do nothing. She don't never dress up. She don't got this nice car. She don't have this. She don't have that. You know what I'm saying? If they talking about you, that's letting you know he's getting close to blessing you, okay? Just hold on tight. Just hold on tight and believe and trust God's process. Trust his divine timing, because his timing is way perfect, okay? Our timing is rush. We need things now. We like things microwavable. We want it now. If we don't have it now, we don't want it. No. Sometimes your no's for right now, your delays, your isolation is necessary. It's necessary. Like I said, it might not make sense to us right now, but after he gets done putting us in isolation and having us in the delays, we're going to be happy. Okay, we're going to be happy. Things are going to make sense, but it doesn't make sense right now because we don't know what he got in stored in his bag, okay? But trust and believe it's for your highest good, okay? So like I said, I'm not going to hold y'all long. I appreciate everybody for showing mad love to me, okay? Mad love to me. But remember the message. Move accordingly, okay? Move accordingly, and you are rare and you are chosen. So by those things, by you being those things, it comes with a lot of BS, but also, more importantly, more abundance, more mercy, more, more mercy, more God's grace, okay? God's grace upon you than the BS, okay? So just keep your head focused. Remember what I told y'all, move accordingly. And just know God is with you always. He sees what you go through. Okay? He sees what you go through, the good, the bad, the ugly, or whatever. And he will never leave his child. Never leave his child. Even sometimes we'll be like, hey, now, where you at? Trust and believe. He's there. He's there. And he will make sure, he makes your enemies your footstool. So just hold on tight. Hold on tight. Keep the faith. And move accordingly. Until next time, peace, love,